Hello, thank you for joining us on the Reride. The question writers don't usually like it when we waste all of their precious questions on just one player, but I say to hell with them. Are you new to the Reride? Of course, my apologies. You clearly look like you know what you're doing, but protocol obligates me to ask. And these are your buzzers, as per usual. Please allow me to remind you that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games. And now, please enjoy the Reride. Perhaps we will meet at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. And now, here's your host, the Knight Rider of Needless Knowledge, Conan Blankenberg.
Greetings, hello, guten tag, and welcome to the all-new season premiere of Ydkj, the Reride. We hope your Reride-less days weren't quite as meaningless and depressing as they realistically should be. Our break's over, so let's not waste any more time and dive right into the new season, just as we're also diving into a new year. And what better way to dive into a new year than with our asses firmly pointing forwards and our faces firmly looking back, as we take inventory of the 12 months that have just passed and recall all our favorite and not-so-favorite moments from good old 2024. Though I'm told you seem to think that this was a good year. Great. I guess that means we start our second season playing with a hypothetical magical fantasy person from Happy-Go-Lucky Land who can't possibly exist in real life. And the worst part is, protocol obligates us to run the show anyway. Well, it sure was one of the years of all time. That's all there really is to say. Let's go. Come on, big bucks, no way. Oh, cool. And now it's time for a little question I like to call Lunar Ticks. You know, what a year it's been for the moon. Not one, but 2 lunar landings were accomplished last year. Suppose the moon developed an allergic reaction to all of those tiny doodads crawling around on its skin. Which of these processes would be the least likely to take place? A load of histamines is released across the moon's vessels, prostaglandins. Have you thought about moving to Florida? Were you thinking of this one? Cytochromes are primarily a metabolic agent and don't play a major role during allergic reactions. And really, it's no wonder the moon has an allergy problem with how dusty it is up there. Okay, buzz in when you see a number that looks... Pucker up for... Honey, I shrank our sun. Speaking of the moon, which of these would be the last thing you'd want to experience along with 2024's total solar eclipse over North America? A solar eclair, Yep, you don't want a solar eclampsia. In fact, you don't want an anything eclampsia. Eclampsia is a serious and life-threatening condition, and let's be honest, if something's gonna eclipse my afternoon, I'd rather it be a pastry than a medical emergency. It's all up to you, go big or go home, buzz in or... Good pick, and here's your category. Oh, sole mio, no! Well, if any of you have a calculator at hand, I would suggest typing the value for this question into it. Like, you know, one of the old-timey ones, the 7-segment display ones, not the modern phone calc. Who am I kidding? Who still has those? Let's just, yeah. Which of these would be an example of the Francis Scott Key Bridge being struck by an off-key ship? The USS Symphony No. 5 in C minor striking the bridge, the HMS Cannon in D striking. Johann Sebastian Bach's Toccata and Fugue is written in D minor, not A flat major. And you should probably grab your university diploma and move away from underneath the bridge if you don't want to become A flat major. Pick a value that looks good to you, and then we can keep going. Oh, well, could have been worse. Could have been better, too. Here's your category. Not like them. Hope you brought your swimsuit, because we're about to get wet. If Kendrick Lamar dropped a Decillions track about Drake, what might be one of the lyrics? You know, it would be funny if it weren't so sad. Actually, it is quite funny. And the correct answer is... Decillions is the quality of breaking apart or bursting open, like, for instance, a bubble, or everyone's collective minds when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us. Whoa! Is that right? Is that how you act? I'm sorry, I've never been big on that particular area of pop culture, if you couldn't tell. Okay, we need some money to... Huh, goodness, time sure flies, doesn't it? Welcome to When Did Happen. Here's your category. In Year Dumb Face. And here's how When Did Happen is played. We'll put some event on the top screen that took place at some point in time, like the first human being walks on the moon. And then we'll put a bunch of events on the bottom screen that took place at some other point in time, like the RMS Titanic collides with an iceberg and sinks. Your job at this point is to decide whether the lower event took place before or after the top event, or if it never took place at all. Buzz in when the right answer lights up, and you win some cash. But buzz in at the wrong time and you lose cash, and of course that's every time you buzz in wrong. And that's basically it. That's When It Happened in a nutshell. Okay, cabin crew, we're ready for liftoff. Now, what could a When Did Happen in a floor all around the year 2024 possibly be about? Oh hey, remember when the French did that really funny thing for that big sporting event? That's right. The 2024 Olympics kick off their controversial opening ceremony in Paris. Only in 2024 could the world collectively clutch its marbles over all the terrible, horrible, very bad French and their scandalous culture. You know, some of us had to live as their direct neighbors for years of their lives. Anyway, here's a bunch of other stuff that happened last year. You know what to do. Off you go. Jon Stewart makes his first return appearance on The Daily Show. Did that happen before the Olympics, after the Olympics, or did it never happen at all? The Rizzler appears on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. A massive solar storm makes northern lights visible over more than half the globe. Magnus Carlsen defends his world championship in chess against Ding Liren. John Cena announces his retirement from professional wrestling. Fortnite launches an official Skibbity toilet bundle for 2,900 V-Bucks. Collins Dictionary announces brat as their word of the year. And with that, this When It Happened is in the books. Thankfully, we've got to remove global nuclear annihilation from this question before airing it. Maybe for the 2025 recap episode. Now a quick look at your score. Yep, looks like it's still there. Fantastic. Let's go. All right, we can't move on until you... Here's your category for this next question. What are icks and why are they limp? Speaking of the Olympics, if the Olympic Committee started producing Olympic rings-themed candy, which of these grape-flavored candy is most commonly some shade of purple, but there is no purple to be seen among the Olympic rings? Personally, I don't trust any food that's been in France anyway. Come and get yourself a night's allowance, hit your buzzer, and let's do it. And here's what this next question is called. Thanks for choosing us. Now you've got no choice. It hasn't been a good year for many of us, but most of all, it's been an awful year for Boeing. Remember when 2 astronauts got stuck on the ISS after flying there on the Starliner? I say to hell with rockets. So many things that can go wrong, way too complicated. We should rely on good old proven techniques instead. Imagine Boeing announced the new Boeing Boing, a trampoline capable of literally bouncing you to space. If your first Boeing comes in at exactly 1 meter, and each Boeing doubles your height, how many Boeings would you need to get to the ISS? 7 Boeings on the Boeing Boing, 19 Boeings on the Boeing Boing, 24 Boeings on the Boeing Boing, or 37 Boeings on the Boeing Boing? The ISS orbits the Earth at around 400 kilometers, give or take, and doubling 1 meter 19 times gets you to 524 kilometers. So you've reached the ISS on your way to the top. Of course, there's still the issue of how to get back home, but that certainly didn't stop the Starliner either, did it? Ah! All right, everybody's waiting. Pay attention and get ready for... Ydkj, As we all know, 2024 was a leap year, and so we thought we'd do a little leap year quiz for you. Don't overthink this, hit your buzzer and type in the correct answer. Got it? Good. What was the last leap year to end in 024 before 2024? Think about it, then type it in if you know. Let's go. Yep, 2024 was the first ever leap year to end in the digits 024. There isn't a single pair of leap years that shares its last 3 digits with each other. None. And there won't be until 2804, exactly 1,000 years after leap years were first instated. Looking at the state of civilization, I wouldn't hold my breath. Hit buzzer, select Morph Grapple, Snoop and Doogie, Wagon Swinger. Uh-huh. Okay, well, it certainly looks like we'll be playing yeah, whoop-de-doop, it is gibberish. Wow, what a surprise. Let's take a look at the actual gibberish category for this question then. Strangely Shakespearean fungi. Don't forget, we'll be taking away more and more cash the longer you take to solve this, so make it snappy. Now take a look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what common adage it rhymes with. Shouteth me mold, winneth askew, and don'st thou mindest don't mind the punctuation. It's a phrase for fresh starts. You know, start anew. For fresh starts and the abandonment of what's past. Leave it all behind you. Don't look back. Throw out the past, invite the future. Throw out the answer, invite the money. Go! I guess you've never had a proper spring cleaning at your place, huh? Next time, keep these words in mind for the perfect fresh start. Shouteth me mold, winneth askew. Out with the old, in with the new. Or in the case of what feels like the last 10 years, out with the old, in with the exact same shit all over again. Actually, scratch that whole out with the old thing in the first place. Let's just carry all of the old shit with us as well. But that one doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Show me the money, hit your buzzer at the right time. Thank you, and here is your category. If at first you don't succeed, move countries. It's been a year, all right. Sometimes I wonder just where it all started going oh so wrong. Maybe those who come after us can do a better job at forging a better 2024. In fact, which of these calendars, being closest in year to the Gregorian calendar, will give its observers the first chance to redo 2024 properly? The National Indian calendar, the Chinese calendar, the Hebrew calendar, or the Iranian calendar? You ain't getting any do-overs. In the National Indian calendar, the Gregorian year 2024 translates to the year 1945. So 2024 in their calendar is just under 80 years away. And just in case you're playing this 80 years into the future, let us know if India knocked it out of the park. All right, we'll need some So our time comes to an end. Take this last memento. You'll need it. A year of grand releases. These are 2024's drivers of consumption. Hope you were a good little citizen.
end of the line. Let's check out your total.
Pretty good. Too bad no one's gonna believe ya.